3 years into the war, and Ukraine is facing its toughest test yet. Russia is advancing. Not just with numbers, but with evolving tactics and devastating firepower, like the TOS-1A thermobaric rocket system. On the other side, Ukraine isn't just fighting on the battlefield. It's also struggling with supply issues, troop fatigue, and a growing sense of political pressure, both at home and from the West. This isn't just about military strength anymore. It's about who can adapt, who can hold on, and who can afford to keep going. The TOS-1A, known as Solntsepiok, is not your average rocket launcher. It's mounted on a T-72 chassis and fires thermobaric rockets capable of wiping out fortified positions with intense heat and pressure. In Ukraine, Russia isn't just using TOS units as support fire. They're using them to clear defensive lines before infantry moves in. The sequence is consistent: scout with drones, fire a thermobaric salvo, and immediately push forward. We've seen this tactic unfold in cities like Bakhmut, Marinka, and more recently in Pokrovsk. These aren't isolated cases. They're part of a larger pattern of systematic pressure on Ukrainian frontline positions. The psychological impact alone is significant. Troops facing thermobaric strikes often abandon positions, not because of poor training, but because no amount of preparation can fully shield them from that level of destruction. To be fair, Ukraine has scored some localized successes. A number of TOS units have been taken out by drones or artillery, but those wins don't change the bigger picture. Ukrainian forces are stretched thin. Ammunition supplies are running low in multiple sectors. In some cases, Ukrainian artillery is firing at a 1-to-5 disadvantage compared to Russian batteries. Electronic warfare adds to the problem. Russian jamming systems are disrupting drone operations and battlefield communications, leading to delayed responses and breakdowns in coordination. Then there's the issue of troop rotation. Many of Ukraine's frontline units have been deployed for months without proper rest or replacement. Some battalions are operating at half strength, or less. Critics have also pointed out an over-reliance on Western aid. While international support remains vital, Ukraine has yet to develop a fully self-sustaining military-industrial strategy. Domestic production is improving, but not fast enough to match battlefield demand. Washington continues to signal support for Ukraine, but real-world logistics tell a more complicated story. Patriot and NASAMS interceptors are being redirected from other countries to Ukraine, with deliveries expected by the end of summer. But full Patriot systems are still under review in the Pentagon. Some in the U.S. defense establishment are beginning to ask tough questions. How effective is continued aid if Ukraine keeps losing ground? Are the current strategies producing results, or simply delaying the inevitable? Meanwhile, NATO's internal dynamics are shifting. While countries like Poland and the Baltics continue to push for stronger support, others are growing cautious, concerned about the long-term sustainability of this conflict. In June 2025 alone, Russian forces captured more than 550 square kilometers in eastern Ukraine. Ukrainian troops were pulled back from Pokrovsk and parts of Kostiantynivka under heavy fire. Russia has also claimed full control of the Luhansk region. In the Sumy and Kursk sectors, cross-border pressure is mounting, forcing Ukraine to reposition what's left of its reserves. According to field reports, some Ukrainian battalions that should have 600 to 700 soldiers are now operating with barely 200. Meanwhile, supply convoys are being regularly targeted by Russian drones, especially Lancets and Shaheds. Ukrainian leadership refers to this as a strategic withdrawal. And in some cases, that's true. but the broader trend suggests Ukraine is being pushed back faster than it can regroup. The question now is, can they hold what's left? Or will logistical shortfalls and personnel exhaustion push them into deeper retreat? Ukraine is at a crossroads, not just militarily, but structurally. Its ability to sustain this war now depends as much on internal reform as it does on foreign weapons. Russia, for its part, appears to have learned from early mistakes. Its tactics are sharper, its logistics more organized, and its battlefield awareness more precise. If Ukraine is to counter this, it must go beyond requests for aid. It must overhaul its force structure, build out domestic defense production, and find ways to adapt in real time. Because without those changes, it's not just territory that may be lost, but the strategic momentum of the war itself. This war will not be won by firepower alone. It will be won by endurance, by adaptability, and by the side that understands when it's time to change, before it's too late.
This content is created solely for educational and informational purposes. It is intended to provide insights based on verified data, credible sources, and careful analysis. Our goal is to foster a deeper understanding of modern military technology and current events, not to promote or endorse any form of conflict, propaganda, or political agenda. We strictly oppose the spread of misinformation and hoaxes. Every piece of information presented has been carefully sourced from reliable, publicly available references. We encourage viewers to approach the topic with critical thinking and respect for all sides involved, maintaining a focus on knowledge sharing and open discussion.